Hello and welcome back to Tale of Two Wastelands. I'm Vic and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel. Now let's see if we can't find some more Garys. Alright, well I guess I'm not going to find any Garys in there, huh? Perhaps there are other doors I can open. I came down over there. By the pile of ex-Garys. Actually, are they ex-Garys? Do they remain Gary? Are they like members of Project Mayhem? And they stop being Gary when they die and become Robert Paulson? That's probably reaching. They were always Gary. I guess they should remain Gary. Although I do enjoy the phrase ex-Garys. How many Garys do you think enjoyed this bed together? And how thoroughly do you think they enjoyed it? Do you think they had some kind of weird sibling ick towards each other? Or were they raised separately so they found each other attractive? I'm way off the rails. Should probably rein it in. But what else am I going to talk about? Oh boy, a stealth boy. I don't think I've ever actually deployed a stealth boy. Certainly not in this game. Pretty sure not in this game. I may have, in my very first playthrough, tried one when I didn't have much stealth skill and decided that it didn't really confer an advantage, so I might as well just hoard them instead. Because that's how my brain works. Alright, I'm pretty sure I checked that door. Is it odd that in these games you can't pick up the stealth boys of, for example, the former Garys? Yeah, you know what? They are ex-Garys because, just like a certain parrot, they have run down the curtain and joined the choir invisible. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Anyway, those guys all have Pip-Boys. And we know from the beginning of this very story that Pip-Boys get recycled. You don't get buried with your Pip-Boy or cremated with it or whatever happens to people that are fortunate enough to die in the safety of a vault. No. They take it and they fix it up and they give it to some young person so that they can become a productive member of society. So how come all these Garys are just lying around with now useless Pip-Boys? I should be collecting them in order to equip the next generation. I really, really hope the voice actor for the Garys is named Gary. Incidentally, in the Stanley Parable Redux, what is the name that the button says? It's not Stanley, right? Yeah, because the narrator tells you to pretend that it's you. You wouldn't have to do that if it said Stanley. Is it Gary? Because I do kind of like the idea that there's some kind of multi-universal Gary thing going on. And the Stanley Parable would probably be the wildest place to find that sort of reference. We got more Garys. EDE. You over there just stirring up shit? Huh? I also can't decide which I like better. Like, would it be funnier if they just plain hired a voice actor to do some Gary lines and they were like, okay, so here's the thing, you're doing a voice for a guy named Gary and all he can say is his own name. And the actor's like, okay, well that's kind of weird, but I get it. Rapid Cycle Plasma Pistol. Or did they tell him that he's only going to get paid for doing one character, but he's actually doing the voices of 50 different characters, all of whom are named Gary and can only say their names? I honestly don't know which of those is funnier. Alloy Steel Combat Shotgun. I think that just means that it's got better HP. 135 DPS. So it's a real fast shooter. Can I attach my mods to it? I cannot. 135.29 versus... So, I mean, it is a little bit better than base one, but... it's certainly not better per shot than the modded one. I feel like the mods ought to work. I feel like it is an oversight on the part of the developers that it was not included. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't think weapon mods were a thing in Fallout 3, so I'm actually whining about the Tale of Two Wastelands guys, which means I should be more gracious. Still a bit of an oversight, but it's forgivable. Alright. I really don't see anything very cloney. Ooh. I can hire any companion regardless of my karma. Nice. Did I just do a dumb? No, that was speech. That wasn't a special. Alright. Although I don't think that they... Ooh. I don't think the special ones have the same +1 that they used to. Because if they did, I probably wouldn't have felt a need to develop an alternative plan to get my +1s. Now, where did that fancy book I picked up go? There it is. Speech +3.
Gary!
That one sounded different. Oop. How you doing there, EDE? You having a weird day yet? I'm currently following the left wall, so let's keep following the left wall. Otherwise, we're gonna miss stuff. I don't want to miss stuff. Now, I know there was a Gary at the Anchorage place, but I don't remember what his number was. I don't even remember what multiple of 10 his number was in. I'm not feeling like the goodies in here are real great. The plasma pistol was at least a novelty, so I should give it that. I feel like the real treasure here is the Garys that we meet along the way. But I haven't actually found any story yet either. Alright, I have been here. I'm not sure why I didn't go through the lab door. Did I get looped? No. No, I don't think so. Alright, I'm just going to continue left wall following and hope for the best. The existence of floors does suggest the possibility that this is not a flat graph. So, wall following might not work. Or it could be that I'm just being an idiot and did it wrong. Because that's definitely a thing that happens from time to time. Why do you suppose the Garys didn't take better care of this place? Is it because they couldn't talk? Is it because they were inappropriately attracted to each other and they knew it? Yeah, this region feels strangely connected. I don't think it actually is. I think there's just a bit of switchbacking going on. Man, my pockets are actually going to fill soon. I'm going to have to make some of that time I've been talking about to unburden myself presently. Female dorm. Uh-oh. Oh, man. I wanted to visit the girl Garys. Huh? Okay. Yeah, I have been here, haven't I? So is that it? I guess it must be it, right? Oh, wait. Have I been... Yes, I have. I totally have. Yeah, now I'm recirculating. So what I actually need to do now is do some right wall following to get back to the entrance. Well, I'm kind of bummed. I didn't find a single note or anything. Not even a piece of paper with Gary scrawled all over it. A weirdly ill-equipped, quote-unquote, cloning facility And a handful of hostile Garys. I am disappointed. Alright. Now how do I get outie? Any number of outie, please. I don't need all 5,000. One would suffice. Here we go. Alright, good night, sweet Garys. So I do at this point have an idea of where I can possibly find my access to the pit. What do we have here? Ah, some more outcasts. And the where we will find the thing is north. I think it's in or near the northeastmost corner. So I'm guessing I picked up the radio signal while I was doing broken steel stuff, maybe? I don't like the way that mountain is vibrating. That feels very control. And I'm not properly equipped to handle that right now. I did not bring any Jesse Fadens with me. And I thought it had calmed down, and then I looked directly at it, and it got excited again. So let's just not look at it, and hope for the best. Oh, that reminds me. Alan Wake 2 came out, and I still haven't played it. I don't think this computer is up to it. But I could actually focus on getting the other computer up and running. Maybe it can handle it. Oh, we got a whole thing going on over here. What's this about? Oh, is that the Mechanist? That's the Mechanist. Let's not do that right now if we can. Oh, they're both there. They're hooting and hollering at each other. You know, I don't want to miss out on the possibility of doing that quest later, so we better just go talk to him.
Face it, Mechanist. Humans and their toys are done for. They killed themselves off with their petty wars.
Humans may be weak sometimes, but our creations are strong and pure. Something you'll never be.
Okay, I feel like...
Are you all right? You aren't hurt, are you? I'd like to apologize for the rude welcome. Those two have been a bit of a problem lately. Name's Rowe. Uncle Rowe to most. Welcome to Canterbury Commons. For what that's worth.
Who were those people?
The, Mechanist and the Ant Agonizer. That's just what they call themselves. It's ridiculous, I know. A while ago, we were attacked by the Ant Agonizer, that woman with the ants, obviously. The Mechanist saved the town with his robots. Well, that was all well and good, but I swear their fights are getting bigger, and it's been driving off the merchants. They simply won't leave.
I might be able to help.
Oh, that's terrific. I knew you'd help out. Knew it in my gut, and it's never steered me wrong on a deal yet. Find where the Ant-Agonizer and the Mechanist hide and convince them to stop or otherwise end their hostility, and you'll earn 200 caps. You only need to stop one of them, really. Nowadays, I think they only stay in Canterbury to fight each other.
Double that.
You drive a hard bargain, friend. But seeing how we haven't been able to solve the problem ourselves, fine. You've got a deal. But I expect results. Oh, and please do try to use some discretion. We already have plenty of would-be heroes starting wars in our streets. We don't need another.
Oh man, I love the idea of like putting together my own superhero costume and turning it into a three-way. That sounds hilarious. And it would be a much better use of my time than 400 caparinos. A grand total of 1% of my current capital. Let's come back and do this later. I have to go now.
Good luck with those two troublemakers.
I don't know how that fight is supposed to go, but I did notice the way that Mechanist robots absolutely shredded these quote-unquote battle ants. And I feel like if that was just allowed to play out instead of Antagonizer's lair. Wow, do most people just not have blips on their maps or what? Anyway, yeah, I feel like if that was just allowed to play out, that the Mechanist has things under control. Yeah, at some point I really need to load Oblivion up and see just how much the ambiance for the overworld is similar, because this really feels a lot like Oblivion. Oh, hello. Temple of the Union. Do you think people get married there? I think probably not. We're a little bit close, CDE. I guess we're probably alright. I started shooting at it because I wasn't sure it was going to leave me any friends to play with. Fortunately, it did. Thanks for the delivery, Enclave friends. That's some fairly high-level gear they got there, too. I'm curious about that Temple of the Union. But I also want to deal with these robots up here. Alright, there's a Mr. Gutsy. And, ooh, and a sentry. I really love the way they can die without having their HP exhausted. It's very thoughtful. Now you. Good work, EDE. Now, we might as well drop in on that there Temple of the Union, which has fallen off my radar, apparently. Where did it go, George? There it is. Good. Do you think the Enclave have other vehicles besides the vertibirds and the one mobile fortress that I nuked? It seems like they gotta have other stuff, right? I mean, I think it's implied that the Brotherhood is using trucks occasionally. They've got to have some kind of ground vehicle. And ideally, they would, I think, want a bomber. Maybe, well, you could want a bomber all you like in the Wasteland. Maybe you have one and maybe you don't. But I feel like having only vertibirds would be pretty limited. Huh, it looks like we got friendlies at the Temple of the Union. Oh, come on. I can make that jump. Especially if I had me a double jump, which I don't. Well, where the entrance is. Here we go. This looks
What's your
entrancey.
business, stranger?
Looking for a place to rest?
Hannibal says I gotta let folks like you in, but that don't mean I have to like it. Keep your hands in sight and don't make any sudden moves. I'm coming down to open the gate.
Trust me, sister, if I make any sudden moves, you're not going to stop me.
Don't even think of breaking into that. Hannibal is upstairs somewhere. I'm locking the door behind you, so don't try anything. I'm watching you.
All right, then. 4 Are there other doggos with other Lincoln speech names? Is 7 years around here somewhere? Who's Caleb? I guess that's Caleb. Temple of the Union. What do you know?
Ah, a visitor. Welcome to the Temple of the Union. I'm not going to ask you who you are. For the moment, I don't care. We are all escaped slaves. I need your solemn promise not to betray us to Paradise Falls or the slavers. Until I get that, you cannot leave here. So, do I have your word?
Yeah, sure.
Welcome, sister, to the Temple of the Union. Our home is your home. Your past is your own affair so long as you serve our common good. As a symbol of our trust, here is a key to the gate.
Neat. What is that stone head?
That's Abraham Lincoln, the great emancipator. We don't know how it came to be here, but it's fitting, don't you think?
So you used to be a slave?
For 23 years, I was a slave. Ever since I was 14. 6 years ago, I managed to escape from my master. He's been hunting me ever since. When I found the head of Lincoln here, I knew it was a sign for me to help other slaves to escape. I founded the Temple of the Union as a safe haven for runaway slaves everywhere.
So what are you doing holed up here?
We are trying to make a safe haven for all runaway slaves. We give food and supplies to any that find us and help them on their way.
Why don't you let them stay here?
We don't have enough room. There's not enough water or food here. But I have a plan. A plan to take over a place that will be a shining beacon of hope for all slaves.
Is it the Lincoln Memorial? Sounds dangerous.
I want to move all my people to the memorial site for the great Abraham Lincoln, but I need to know if it's safe. I've heard rumors of super mutants infesting that area, though. We need to send someone to check that out first.
I could get rid of them.
I was hoping you would help us. The memorial is easy to find. Good luck. One other thing, talk to Caleb. He'll need your help. We can't leave unless he's ready too.
What does Caleb need?
He was a stonemason. It will fall to him to restore the memorial as best he can. He's been pestering me for weeks now to get him some things he needs. I don't have time to deal with him right now.
I better get going.
May the spirit of the great Lincoln protect you. I'm turning in. I need to be sharp tomorrow.
Meanwhile, I'm all out of time. So come back and see me again tomorrow, and we will either go and check out the Lincoln Memorial or proceed toward the pit. I haven't decided yet. Talk to you soon.